So Uber has a motorbike option in Pakistan, so I'm gonna try that. Burns Road. Burns Road, yeah. So that was pretty nice, and this is foXnoMad. And today I want to help you travel smarter by bringing you to Burns Road in Karachi, which is a famous food street here. If you don't know where to start, the easiest way is to take an Uber or a motorbike to Food Center, which is this place where I'm at now, to grab a quick bite. It's more of a restaurant, sit-down style, but this is the main financial district of Karachi, so this is where you get a lot of street food, a lot of people coming for lunch and for dinner, and I'm right here. It's sort of the middle of the afternoon. I wanted to come when it was just a slower part of the city to have a quick bite before I head out and see what other kind of street food they have here. Alright, so what I ordered here was some dal, which is basically a type of cooked lentils and oil, and of course with naan bread. You can have pretty much every meal, so you're going to order the main dish like this dal, which is lentils, and then next to it you're going to get bread. They're not going to let you leave, they're not going to let you order without getting bread. It's usually going to be naan bread, which is a kind of fluffy, doughy type of white bread. 1 or 2 pieces, but almost always I'm getting 2 pieces. They give you plenty of bread. They want to make sure that you have enough bread with your meal, so if you're on a low carb diet, forget about that. So in these lentils you got a little bit of oil, looks like a little bit of parsley, and then a little bit maybe of yogurt as well added on top, just a little bit. And the stereotype about Karachi food is that it's spicy. So Pakistani cuisine is generally very spicy, but everybody says that when you come to Karachi the food is a lot spicier, and I've noticed that here as well. Everything has a good amount of kick to it. Even just regular food that's not supposed to be spicy has some spice in it. Also looks like there's a little bit of chicken in there as well, which is not surprising. Pretty much everything that I've had in Pakistan so far has had some kind of meat in it, some sort of beef or lamb or chicken added to pretty much every dish. Also grab that with a spoon. There's definitely some chicken in there. And some sort of maybe coriander or mint. I don't think it's mint. Some coriander. What's that one that tastes like soap to some people but doesn't taste like soap to other people? Not ginger, but you know the one. I'll put the name up there somewhere. That's what I'm tasting. And it's got some carrots in it as well, some onions, a little bit of onions. So this food center is in the Sadar district, which is a financial commercial district, and it's one part of town, this Burns Road, where you're supposed to be able to get real Karachi food, so that's why I'm here. I decided to stop in this food center because it's pretty well known. It's a good place to put on your Google Maps or your Uber if you don't quite know where to go. If you just tell somebody Burns Road, you say it's food center, then it's going to be pretty easy to find it. It's also a sit-down place, so it allows me to take some time, recharge, plan out my route, get a quick meal to eat here, but I don't want to eat too much because I've got a lot more food to show you in a few more minutes and a few more hours down Burns Road. And I wanted the place to just sit down, get a quick bite to eat, show you what kind of food you can get here, as well as set up the camera and get ready to go. Also, one other thing to remember if you're coming to this part of town is pretty much cash only. A lot of places in Karachi do take credit cards, so it's much more common than I was expecting. But on this Burns Road, it's pretty much cash only, so make sure you show up with enough cash. The prices here are pretty cheap, honestly. So this dal with this naan was about 200 rupees. So I'm gonna leave the conversion to that right up there so you can see how much that is, but it's not a lot, and it's a pretty big meal. It's a pretty filling meal for not a lot of money. I love lentils. It's like the most underrated bean. I don't even know if it's a bean, but it's such an underrated food. Cook it in all sorts of different ways. Protein, carbs, fiber. Tastes good. Alright, so I just left the food center. This is really sort of in between lunch and dinner, although it's getting later in the day. Sort of closer to dinner time, but dinner is pretty late here. But even at this hour, you can see how bustling everything is, how active it is. Just tons of traffic coming through. There's a really good lassi shop apparently across there that I want to go try, so I'm gonna do that, but put the camera down so I don't get run over. So you can see him churning the yogurt, adding salt or sugar, so you can add some fruit to it as well, and it creates that kind of frothy top. It's a good drink to kind of settle your stomach after you got some food, but I got some great food recommendations inside.
You see that there is a Delhi Rabdi house in the blue board.
Yeah,
There is a food dish which is famous in all the Pakistan.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So we're gonna go check those out, and I'm just wandering down some random side street just to see what I can see, and just to give you a look at the neighborhood. It's kinda nice being in a place where there are a lot of tourists. Like, it's kind of a very different experience. Usually you go to a place where there are a lot of tourists, but in this case, I try not to get run over. In this case, people just don't see a lot of tourists here, so everybody comes out, introduces themselves, gives you recommendations, are very friendly. So it's really nice. Food market. Trying also still not to get run over. But yeah, so far it's really good. I'm kind of working up an appetite. Somehow I'm hungry again, so it's time to get some more food. Alright, so one of the recommendations I got at Punjab Lassi, which is the name of the place. I was having lassi before, is that place. Let's go. Alright, so I can't beat a local recommendation for ice cream, so let's get some ice cream. So it seems like you've got all these smaller food stalls and then the kind of bigger shops that everybody seems to know and recommend to you. Just taste of pistachio ice cream. Definitely way before peak time. It's way too early in the day, which is good for filming. Kind of getting around, but I still have a lot more to do, and I've been eating all day. It's got little bits of pistachio in it. And this cost 100. This is about, I think they gave me a little extra scoop, like a special extra scoop. But this costs 130 rupees, which I'll leave the conversion somewhere up there, but it's not very expensive at all. I want to show you the view that I'm looking at from outside. These balconies are just, it's really interesting. I guess this part of the town is called Old Karachi, which I guess was built in the Victorian era by the British, I want to say. But you can see that in kind of the architecture that remains in these balconies. So the biggest concern I have right now is trying not to get run over. All right, enough babbling on. Alright, so I stopped into this chai shop name. I'm gonna put it up there because I don't remember the name right now. And I stopped on it on this Burns Road just to get just a chai, which is kind of a spiced milk tea. So it's a little bit of tea, it looks like a lot of bit of milk, and some spices. And you can see the guy churning here, just churning this chai just over and over for everybody. Because the entire shop is full of people watching me talk to myself on camera. And you can see him churning it over the fire, and it's pretty much, we've got these, even some people are ordering these like little to-go bags, little plastic bags, adding the extra spice as well. So I think you can kind of add extra spice if you want. And it looks like they're also cooking a couple of other sort of dough-based foods here, but it's mainly a chai shop. Just me and a whole bunch of guys just drinking chai. It's really the same experience experience that I've had pretty much everywhere I go. People just friendly, smiles, asking me why I'm filming myself, you know, by myself in a tea shop, checking out my YouTube channel on their phones, like as I'm recording, they're just typing away in their phones and looking. It's a really nice experience. This is the view from outside. And I'm drinking more and more of the chai. It's sweeter and sweeter, so I think all the sugar is kind of hanging out at the bottom. So it's a little bit sweeter than I was expecting, but it's not overwhelmingly sweet. It's not like Moroccan tea, which is basically sugar and a couple of drops of tea. No, it's definitely not that sweet. You can also see he's filtering the tea leaves, so as he cooks it, filters, then cooks it again, then filters, and creates this froth on the top after all that sort of going back and forth and filtering out the leaf. And I'm guessing that a lot of the shop owners are ordering chai from this place, and that chai is coming in, orders coming in, and the chai is just going right back out. And I've been here for about 30 minutes now, and it's been non-stop. Like, he's been making chai entirely non-stop, and so I'm guessing this place is busy all the time. So that was incredibly nice. Those guys over there just paid for my tea. I mean, they insisted that I not pay, so they paid for my tea, which is just, it's just continuously just amazing hospitality here. Having a great time. On to more food on Burns Road. So I just found like a place that just makes signs, so I'm gonna stop in. I know it's not food, but I just thought it'd be interesting. Alright, so I guess if you need a sign or vinyl or any kind of small little like plastic holder or school supplies, signs, trophies, I think if you have one in Karachi, it probably comes from there. Alright, on to the food. So there you go, that was Dil Pisan, which I don't know how good the food was there, but if you just look outside, but if you see the line from outside, it fits that tried and true travel truth, which is if it's super packed, it's super crowded, full of locals, then the food is probably good, and it's probably clean if you're worried about, you know, if you're worried about somewhere being hygienic or not, or if you can eat there. If you see a line like you saw out there, then you can eat there. The food and the desserts are probably really good. Locals know the best food, obviously, in a place, and if they're gonna line up like that to try those desserts, to wait in line for that, it's probably really good. Fortunately for me, the place that I was gonna check out, the restaurant or the food stall, is just right across the street from that, but I wanted to just give you an update and show you that a little bit. So far, it's been pretty easy just walking around. The hardest part, like I said, has been the traffic. So you can't really use a lot of the sidewalks. Some of them are kind of dirty, or they're full of water, you know, puddles and things like that. So you've got to kind of walk in the street. You've got to remember that they drive on the left side of the road and not the right. You just got to kind of be aware crossing the street here. If you're lucky, if you can find an intersection, the police are going to stop traffic one way or the other about every couple of minutes, so you can easily kind of cross there. Otherwise, it is a game of Frogger, and best thing to do is have somebody in between you and the oncoming traffic, a local. And so when that guy crosses, you just follow when they cross if you're not comfortable. Otherwise, just be very careful, Frogger it, make sure you cut around. So I was just filming that little bit there. I was waiting for an ATM. That bank wasn't working, but while I was waiting outside, a guy who was just in there came out and said, the ATM's not working, saw the camera and asked where I was from and what I was doing, and he said, just make sure that you tell people that he asked me what I thought of it, but he said, make sure you tell people that it's actually safe to travel here, that more people should come and visit it, like they shouldn't be scared. And honestly, I know I've only been here for a few days, but there are no tourists here. It's like having the whole country to yourself. I just wanted to pass on that guy's message, who just drove off, and he actually offered to drive me to the bank. He's like, do you need a ride? I was like, nah, it's close enough, I'll walk. But it was just really, really incredible hospitality and just really nice people coming up to me and talking to me. It's a very unique travel experience than most places. So that was Summer Restaurant, and they asked me not to film inside. They said I could take just a little bit of footage from the outside. But they were serving all kinds of different lamb, so basically like lamb on the bone. Looks like with a little bit of lentils and some naan bread, of course. And it was just a group of people sitting outside, very local place. So they asked me not to film, but I did get to talk to a couple of people who just wanted to just say hi, ask me where I was from, what I was doing. Summer Restaurant might not be for everybody, but if you just want to see what that local restaurant looks like, you walk by. It's right across the street really from Dim Sum. So I hope you've enjoyed this little tour of Burns Road. Hopefully I've gotten to show you just a little taste of the food and the sweets and the sights. Thanks very much for watching. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons down below, and I'll see you in the next video.